What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. This is not going to be a very long one. I've been thinking about the last few days whether or not I was even going to come on here and talk. I didn't come on Friday because with everything that was going on, I didn't want to speak from an emotional and early place, if you will. I wanted to respond and not react. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about the incident with George Floyd. The incident that everyone was in agreement with, that an innocent man was killed by the actions of a corrupt cop. Now, I personally don't care if the cop is white or black, or the suspect is white or black. That doesn't make a difference to me. Being former law enforcement, the only thing that matters is the fact that a cop that did some shit he shouldn't have done, has made the rest of every other cop in the world look bad, right? Because all cops are the same according to a lot of people. And I do agree that shit should have moved a little faster as far as the investigation, but I also realize that that takes time. You can't rush things because when you rush things, mistakes are made, and the next you know, this motherfucker's getting off. Excuse my language, um, because of a technicality, right? And that's going to happen. So people protest. Fine, I love that. Get out there, tell folks what you want them to hear. Where you lose me is when people start rioting and looting. As soon as the first building's window was broken, as soon as the first thing was stolen, this no longer was about George Floyd. This is about something else. What is it? Don't know. Have no fucking clue. But what I do know is that I saw individuals that I've known for years and, some less, try to justify those actions. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out how you could justify such violence. Um, Granted, if they had gone after the police precincts or police cars or something to that effect, or maybe even government facilities, okay, they're pissed off and they're taking it out on the people that they are saying are pressing them or causing them harm or targeting them because of the color of their skin. But that's not what happened. That didn't happen. What happened is they targeted privately owned businesses, and people that had nothing to do with it. Folks' livelihood were basically taken from them because their businesses were destroyed. And I can't get behind that, regardless of what the message is. I cannot get behind that at all. It takes away from the actual point of everything. And folks were still trying to justify it, comparing it to other past events. And, like, nah, sorry, that's not the same thing. And then in the same breath, after they're done justifying, say, no, I understand they're doing what they need to do, quoting Martin Luther King. And then the next breath, they're like, wait, it was a setup. It's white supremacist groups. But a second ago, it didn't matter because you thought it was justified. And if it was white supremacist groups, and it's looking like is a little organization that says they're against fascism, but that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, the white supremacists or Antifa or whoever might have started it, but what did the media show? The media only showed you the black folks and the minorities carrying fucking TVs and furniture and all sorts of other merchandise out of the stores. You got to do a little digging to see what actually happened, i.e., people who are not minorities, all black, Antifa style dress, maybe not carrying the flags, handing out bricks, throwing bricks through windows, doing all this stuff. And now folks are backtracking. Well, there's a setup. Well, you can't have both. It's either it's fucking justified or it's not. So this is why I waited all weekend. I talked to my wife, said, you know what, I wasn't going to say anything about this, but I think I have to. Because it's actually the first time in a long time that I'm really upset about some shit. Because this dude died. And everybody, not one person said the cop was justified in what he did. Every cop that I know came back and said that is not how you treat a suspect, regardless of, especially if he's handcuffed. You don't put your knee on the back of his neck. It's not a tactic at all. especially if he's handcuffed. So everybody was in agreement. He shouldn't have done what he did. Everybody's in agreement. He should have gone to jail, been arrested, and then enter this whole, you know what? Let's burn this mother down. And that's where you lose everyone. And now what are we doing now? We're fighting again. So for 12 hours, we're all like, hell yeah, that dude needs to go to jail. And now what are we talking about? Same shit we were talking about before. Racism. Racism, racism, racism. When we were in agreement, it was all cool. So I don't know who's behind starting the riots. I don't care. The fact is, they started and they are continuing, and innocent people are actually getting hurt. And it's taken away from the actual point, in my opinion. You want to protest, protest. If cops get out of hand during the protest, well, and you retaliate, nothing I can say about that. But when you destroy property and privately owned businesses, what does that do? Nothing. It just makes everybody in the situation look bad. And then trying to blame it on other people, saying, well, they started it. It doesn't matter. You're the one holding the fucking brick. Sorry. Not gonna get behind that. The needless destruction of communities. And the needless assault on people. I've seen so many videos of individuals slumped over because they just got their asses whooped by a group of individuals. I saw a lady stand outside her store trying to keep some people from wrecking it. And then what do? Grown ass men, 4 of them, attack her with fucking 2x4s. And I'm supposed to be like, that's for the cause? Nah, that was some selfish shit. Let's break into this store, bust out the windows. Oh, wait, let's break into this one too, but we're going to enter this one and steal the shit out of it. Yes, another video. And I think that was in Texas. They just broke a window, right? Didn't do anything, didn't steal anything because it was closed. The jewelry store next door, ransacked. You're telling me that's for the cause? I don't think so. He died. His family is grieving, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about riots and protests. The message has been lost. This isn't about racism. I don't know what it's about, but the protests and all the stuff that is going on peacefully is not getting the attention because of the assholes out there destroying shit. So, and the last thing I'll say is individuals trying to say stuff like, well, I guess I can't understand because I'm white. Well, no. If you're human, you should understand that violence does not solve anything. We're mad because of a violent act, correct? A violent act is what caused the protests. So we're going to do more violence on innocent people? Well, I thought we were mad about people doing violence on innocent people, i.e., George Floyd. I get it. Race in America has been shitty for years, right? Racism exists. Not saying it doesn't. Do I think I'm targeted because of the color of my skin? Nope. I've been pulled over plenty of times. I've never had a fucking gun pulled on me. Why? Because I don't act like an asshole to the cop. Also, former cop. I'm not saying there aren't bad cops. There are. Horrible cops. I know that. But I don't see what people are screaming up and down. I don't. And maybe it's because of the way I was brought up. Who knows? But I was brought up all over the world. So I've seen shit here and far. You know. All I'm saying is I think we need to take a good look. One, stop jumping on shit as soon as it happens. This immediately, as soon as the riots kicked off, that's what really pissed me off is folks were justifying it instead of sitting back and just, let's see how this plays out. And then they had to backtrack when it turned out that, oh, wait, the riots were actually initiated by another group, an outside organization. So are they justified or not? You can't have both. So I'm going to go with the original statement I made when this kicked off, not justified. Protests, justified. Standing outside the police officer in the house, screaming at him, justified. Standing outside the precinct that where a cop works at, justified. But burning down privately owned businesses, stealing merchandise, not justified. And hopefully whoever initiated all this, it'll come to light and the truth will be known. But until then, who knows? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go kick with my family. That's what I'm going to do. Y'all take care.